What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Luke and I'm gonna go over home inspections today. And it's not what you think. It's inspecting your home yourself before you make an offer on a property. Because if you're not careful, it's about $375 to $425 here in the Middle Georgia area, depending on square footage, for you to get a home inspection once you're under contract on a property. However, if I can teach you what you need to look for before making an offer, you can save that money if there's some serious issues. So without further ado, come take a look with me at this house. I'm gonna show you what I personally do before I purchase a house or I help somebody buy a home so we don't have to go down the road of wasting money. Come on with me. Okay, first of all, we want to start with the driveway. Are there any cracks? If there's a shift in the concrete, most likely it can affect the foundation in your house. And also, I understand that this is an all brick house for this presentation that I'm doing, YouTube video. But if there's shingles, you're looking for cracks, you're looking for damage, you're looking for stuff like that. Also, visibly with your eyes, you're looking for shingles falling off the roof. If there are, could be a big red flag. If you're not comfortable looking for that, of course you can hire an inspector or get your kid to go up there, because guess what? They're probably more limber than you are. They'll figure it out. If they fall, better have health insurance. But if we keep looking around the house, you want to be keeping a look at the foundation, and you also want to look for drainage. As you can see, for instance, we got a water pipe. Where's this going? Right to the foundation of your house. You need to make sure that you're cognizant of all water that's going to be coming off the property. Where is it going to flow during a rain or a flood or something like that? Here in Middle Georgia, don't have a whole lot of bad weather, but when you do, you want to make sure that your lawn's not going to get washed out. But once you get a good idea of the ground level, your siding, the roof, foundation, looking for cracks in the concrete, you should be good. And also another thing you want to make sure of is the seals in the windows. Are they properly sealed? And last but not least, all the electronics. You're actually gonna wanna open up everything. You're gonna be wanting to look at the panels. You're gonna be wanting to look at the lights and making sure that everything is sealed watertight to make sure that there's not even current damage right now, but possible damage that could happen down the road. But without further ado, that's about all that's going down on the outside. Let's take a look on the inside. Before we go inside, actually, I saw something. Sprinkler systems. Me personally, I'm gonna go in the garage and turn the sprinkler systems on to make sure that they're all coming up. Because if you turn the sprinkler systems on and half the sprinklers aren't working and they're shooting different directions, could have a huge issue going on. Because right here is a 0.75 acre lot. For you to get all brand new sprinkler systems, you're looking upward of $3 to $4 grand. So me personally, you know, you could probably ask the seller beforehand to do that. But if you don't, just do it, okay? Do it. Ask for forgiveness. Ask for forgiveness. But come on inside. So I actually like starting in the garage, and the reason being is sometimes you get emotional, okay? You're inside of a new house. You're like, babe, this is the house that I love. Our future kids are gonna grow up here. We're gonna get the little dog. We're not there yet, okay? Take the emotion out of this. Start in the garage. Again, check the seals. Check the water, okay? Does this function? Is this working? Is it properly put up together? And also, big thing you need to do, come over to the electrical box. Come on over here. Check the electrical box. Huge code issues. Is it worn? Normal wear and tear? And are they marked? If these are not marked, you're gonna run into some code issues. And after the inspection and everything goes on, most likely if you get a home loan, this is gonna have to get fixed. And if it's not fixed, it's gonna cost a lot of money out of pocket because it's not up to code. You're probably not gonna be able to get a loan. This one's good, taken care of. And from the inside too, you can also head up into the attic and visually inspect everything. Things to look for, is it insulated? Does everything look good to go? It's kind of hard if you're a normal homeowner for the first time looking for stuff like that. But if anything looks out of the ordinary, make sure you take a look. Big thing you're looking for, does the light work up there, and is there insulation? So what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna turn on every single light within the house to make sure that they all work. Gonna make sure that we turn on the fans. Lights are over here, fans are over here, and make sure that everything is actually up to speed. What I like to do too, I'll bump the AC up, as in the cold temperature up, turn it on, heat, turn the heat on, put my hand next to the vent to make sure everything is good to go. You want to make sure that all the outlets are properly working. You don't have to come in with your iPhone and plug a charger in and do the little battery thing. But if you see any outlets that look a little bit shady, you see some water damage or maybe a little bit of black over it, probably had some damage. That's going to be something to look out for. Also, big thing here with fireplaces is we can see this is an all electric house. But if you take a look at the back of this fireplace, you see that it's actually a propane line. Outside of this house specifically, you're gonna walk around back and you're gonna see the propane tube. You need to understand that if you buy this property, you're gonna have to add a propane tank. That's just something to think about, something to look for. But say that there was a propane tank out there, you're gonna wanna look for proper sealing. And on that propane tank is gonna be a date. And also, if you look at the seller's property disclosure, things like age of the roof, age of the water heater, how old is, pretty much anything in the house is going to be listed on there. And that's something you can ask your real estate agent to print off before you even show up at the property so you can check. And big red flag, if the seller's property disclosure says, I don't know on specific dates, they probably bought the house to flip it. And if they don't know how old things are, you need to get your little working goggles on and look for some serial numbers and call to make sure you can get the actual age of those specific items. Because what happens when you buy a new house and you realize the roof is 15 years old, but it looked good, right? What happens when you buy the house, the AC, which we're gonna go out here and take a look at in a second, is rusted out and you're gonna need a new one. But come over here. Something else that we need to make sure that we go over is all working appliances. So come on this side. You wanna make sure that all the appliances are good. You have proper seal on everything that's going on up underneath that. And you want to look for any water damage that's going to be under the bottom side of the appliances, because if something breaks, you cannot hide the water damage. And overall, making sure that it's good working condition. If you want to turn this on, you can go right ahead. You want to check for the age of the appliances. You want to make sure that the appliances work. Might seem over the top, but guess what? If you're going to buy a house and live here, you need to make sure that you're checking all these things, or you might actually have to come out of pocket on expenses you weren't planning. Another huge thing, plumbing. Get on the hands and knees and make sure that you're checking for proper seals. So take a look right down here. This is what an example of up to code looks like. If you open this and there's a bunch of holes and this isn't properly sealed, it's not up to code. You can see that this builder did a phenomenal job to make sure that everything is very clean. He even has a dishwasher exposal. But it's not working. See, you need to check every little fine detail. Dishwasher disposal, because it disposes all the nasty food you should have thrown in your trash can. And if you keep putting stuff down in your disposal, it's gonna break. Just throw the stuff in the trash can. Save yourself some heartache, okay? I know that's what it's for. It doesn't work as well as you think. But real quick, before we move on anywhere else, open up all the cabinets, check for water damage. If there's water damage inside of the cabinets, it's gonna be an expensive fix. You need to make sure that everything goes nice and smooth, because long story short, say there's a drain in the sink and you open up this bottom cabinet down here and this thing is molded out, yet you didn't take the time to open the cabinets, you're gonna be in for a mess. And guess what? That $375 that you do for an inspection, an inspector's gonna find it and say you request the seller to fix it and they say no, you're out of your money. But you know what? Let's actually take a look over here at the laundry room. Pretty self-explanatory. Pretty sure you've learned quite a lot watching this video so far. But there's two big things inside the laundry room that you need to make sure of. These, being up to code, should be color-coded blue and red. I personally wouldn't touch them. You just want to make sure that they are properly sealed. There's no water damage behind here. You might see some stains on the ground if this is a pre-owned home from a washer being here. But if you're seeing significant warp in the ground, whether it's, the LVP like it's here or hardwood, that's going to be signs of water damage, and that stuff could soak in between the baseboards and the floor, having complete wood rot underneath. Also, when it comes to the dryer vents, the dryer vents usually get stuck up. If not properly ventilated all the way outside, it's going to get stuck, and if that doesn't get cleaned out, you could cause a fire. Not a good idea. And then as you walk through the home, you gotta do the little shuffle. And what the shuffle is doing is the layer between the flooring, the subfloor, if it's uneven and you feel waves and this isn't flat, you might actually be able to find some warping within the house. And it sounds kind of weird, but make sure that you're actually feeling with your feet that the things are flat as you're walking throughout the property as well. And also, while you're looking through the home, the main foundational cracks that are going to happen are usually up in the walls at the corners. So take a look at the crown molding in the corners of the home and really inspect, because you really need to get up in there and really see, because if done properly, if there are good foundational cracks, they could fill it with some caulk or some putty and repaint over it. Not a good idea. You want to ask the seller or have your agent reach out to the seller's agent to be able to figure out if they have a receipt from it being professionally fixed. Because if they did it themselves and they just filled it in with some caulk, you might run into some big issues. Hey. I'll tell you what, this YouTube gets me tired. What was I talking about? Oh, inspection. Okay, yeah, come on in here. Same thing with the bathroom. A lot of water happens in here. Okay, we got double sinks, we got the tub, we got the shower. And a big thing you want to look for is ventilation. Does the bathroom have proper ventilation? Because when you're in the tub and you're scrub-a-dub-dubbing and you got the candles and you're relaxing with the nice warm water, where does the warm water go? It goes up. If you don't have proper ventilation in the bathroom, you need to be careful. Big tip, use your little smeller right here. Does it smell weird in the bathroom? Could it be mildew? Could it be mold? Could it be different things going on? You need to be careful. And also, as you walk through all the rooms, the kitchen, everything else like that, check the hot water, check the cold water on every single faucet. And again, make sure you're checking the plumbing, making sure that everything is sealed, up to code on the water. A little funny thing, when I bought my new construction house, guess what happened? My hot water outside ran to my hose. My water bill, crazy. My heating bill, crazy. So every time I went outside to water the plants or spray the car off, it was steaming hot water, okay? Not fun when you gotta take a shower right after you wash the car. Also, something is gonna happen a lot of mildew, a lot of soap scum is gonna come up in the shower. And it's really important to make sure that you get down and you check the shower drain. There's a lot of mold that can happen down here, and if not properly serviced, it can actually destroy the entire shower. I need you to put on a little imagination real quick. Say this was a tub. This right here. Turn this thing on. And use the imagination again. When this turns on, does the tub come out here or is it down? Because if it's out here, right, the white tub inside of most homes, it's actually gonna get this super wet, causing mold. The water is gonna seep through your drywall and cause a lot of rot. And if you don't take care of that early, not only are you gonna be breathing in mold, but you're also gonna have a hefty repair. Hey, seriously though. Check the toilets, do they flush? Simple things. Get out of the emotion. Stop being so excited about the house. Be excited on the drive home, but when you're inspecting the house yourself, don't be excited. Put on that inspector hat, okay, and get serious. Yeah, I don't really know what to look for in here. It's just a closet where your wife's gonna take up all the space, and then you're gonna actually have to use the linen closet for your clothes. Oh, check the vent. Does the lights work? Yeah, this one looks good. HVAC system. This one's brand new, so this is exactly how it should look like. But if you're buying a pre-owned home, two things. Right off the top, seller's property disclosure is going to tell you the age. Or number two, if it doesn't, serial number, name of the company, look it up online, it's going to pop out an age. So real quick, when you're looking at it, making sure that these tubes are covering all the precious wires and everything going into the HVAC system itself. Running over here to the hookups, you're going to look for erosion damage. That could be a key indicator that there could be some issues. And lastly, check the unit itself. Is it rusting? Is it flat? Is it sturdy? If you push it, is it gonna fall over? You know, just the typical stuff when it comes down to it. Your home inspection is gonna go even deeper into this system, and it's gonna list everything that could be wrong with it if the inspector deems so. But if not, that's what you're looking for with the HVAC system. Well, thanks for staying to the end of the video. Please, if there's anything you're not comfortable with, hire a home inspector. Of course, you don't want to make emotional decisions, I guess you'd call it, when you should make logical ones. However, if this is your dream home and it's something that you absolutely love, you're not so nervous about the big stuff that's going on. Maybe you see a little bit of water damage, maybe things aren't exactly perfect, but hey, that's a home that you need to make your own. Get the home inspection, make the offer, then check out my YouTube channel and look for the video how to get the seller to pay for closing costs. And also during the negotiation phase, when you do make an offer and the inspection report comes back, you can always request the seller to either make the repairs or ask for the money so you can do it yourself after you close. But thank you again for staying to the end of the video. I'll catch you on the next one.